Welcome to Uncaged Zoo Tours. If you are new to the channel and love animals, I recommend and appreciate hitting the like and subscribe buttons and the bell icon to join me on my tours and to learn more about your favorite animals. Coming to you from New York City is Jacob Fiveash, that's me. Well, my friends, our adventures await. Welcome to the world-famous Bronx Zoo. The Bronx Zoo has been around since 1899 and has a ton of historical value. One of the best bird collections in any zoo, tons of rare animals that I may never showcase again, and 8 award-winning exhibits. Award-winning? Now that makes the zoo even better! Agreed. What better way to start out our journey than with one of the zoo's crown achievements and one of my favorite exhibits, the award-winning Jungleworld. Jungleworld was planned in 1977, then opened in 1985. Unlike other indoor rainforests, this building is themed to the rainforest of Southeast Asia, New Guinea, and Australia. I guess that makes it stand out. That's true, but we'll also learn about rainforests in general and what makes them stand out from other habitats. Other than the fact that it rains here a lot, let's begin. Our very first rainforest resident is our first Matschie's tree kangaroo, a marsupial from the rainforests of New Guinea and Australia. Unlike other kangaroos, tree kangaroos don't hop as much, because as their name implies, they live in trees. But they can climb higher than a 10-story building. Tree kangaroos also have strong arms and legs, and a long tail that helps them move around. And their claws help grip wet tree branches. They also spend 60% of their lives sleeping. But I was really lucky to see this guy being active. Like other rainforest animals, tree kangaroos are endangered due to deforestation, but the Bronx Zoo has played its part in saving this marsupial. In 1993, the Bronx Zoo helped to establish the 1,000 square mile Crater Mountain Wildlife Management Area in Papua New Guinea for the protection of tree kangaroos and other species. While some rainforest animals live in the canopy, other animals like the Asian small-clawed otter live on the forest floor. Asian small-clawed otters are very vocal, as they have over 12 different vocalizations.
You're hungry, aren't you, buddy? Hungry, hungry, hungry.
Maybe he's hungry. That could be true. Asian small-clawed otters eat crustaceans, mollusks, fish, insects, amphibians, and small reptiles. Unlike most otters, they have webbed feet, so instead they use their mouth to catch slippery fish. The following 2 animals are from Indonesia's Mangrove Forests, a group of trees located near the ocean's edge. To survive in a rainforest, plants and animals have learned to adapt to their rainy home. For example, the Indonesian sailfin lizard has scaly fringes on its feet to run on water and escape predators like the basilisk lizard. They also live with Rhode Island snake-necked turtles. Our next stop is the canopy, an area with branches and leaves of the tallest trees. And it also has the most animals of all the rainforest levels. Levels? Like in a video game? No. Each of the 4 rainforest levels, the forest floor, the understory, the canopy, and the emergent layer have different amounts of water, light, and air. In this exhibit, there are eastern Javan Langurs. Like other primates, langurs are social animals, and their troop structure is like a lion pride. It consists of 1 or 2 adult males, females, and their offspring. Like the colobus monkey, they have a special stomach that digests leaves. However, They can also eat fruit seeds and even the fruit itself, but only if it's ripe. As a result of deforestation, Javan Langurs are moving closer to humans, causing conflict. If you want to learn more about langurs, please refer to my China at the Memphis Zoo tour to learn more about them. Following that is a display that showcases what a rainforest needs to survive. But other than having a bunch of plants and animals, many items also come from the rainforest, like bananas, medicine, coffee, pineapples, shampoo, wood, and even chocolate. Rainforests are getting cut down every day for industrial development at a very high rate, as shown by this video. If you love animals as much as I do, it's important to conserve the rainforest and prevent rapid deforestation. And that would really help our rainforest neighbors, like the northern Luzon giant cloud rat that wasn't cooperating.
That was beautiful! Are there any other reasons why we should conserve the rainforest?
I'm glad you asked. Rainforests may only cover a small part of Earth, but they have more species than any other habitat, like these Silvery Langurs. Silvery Langurs get their name from that silver fur, and like the Javan Langur, live in a troop consisting of a male, a couple of females, and their young. Since these langurs eat fruit as a part of their diet, they spread the seeds by either spitting them out of their mouth or eliminating them as waste. With all that seed spreading, it helps more plants grow and makes the rainforest even stronger. Like other primates, langurs also help each other out by grooming. It helps strengthen their family ties. However, when another troop crosses into their territory, the langur troops fight by squealing and chasing each other around. Across from the langurs and taking a nap is my buddy the Malayan tapir. These tapirs are sometimes called Oreo tapirs for that black and white color pattern. The black color on the front and white or gray on the back is a kind of camouflage, which helps them blend into the shadows of the rainforest. Despite their somewhat bulky appearance, Malayan tapirs are really shy and can run, climb up steep hills, and swim. But like the langurs, tapirs also help disperse seeds to help the forest grow. Okay, buddy, I'll talk about you another time. More animals need to be covered. Stalking the langurs on the right is a leopard. Leopards are usually active at night and spend most of the day sleeping. But when they get hungry, they wait for some prey, or in this case, a troop of langurs, to start drinking. After waiting for a few minutes, the leopard seizes the opportunity and grabs a langur with those powerful jaws, before hiding in a tree to eat. Depending on the prey, a leopard must wait again to kill. Like tigers, leopards usually hunt alone to find enough. Even if leopards are found in Southeast Asia, this isn't an Indo-Chinese leopard, but it's their rarer cousin, the AMUR leopard, which you can also learn about in my cat country at the Memphis Zoo tour. AMUR leopards prefer the snowy forests of China and Russia, and due to their endangered status, the Association of Zoos and Aquariums uses the AMUR leopard to represent their African and Southeast Asian cousins. If you are lucky, you might hear this leopard roar. Leopards can roar. Along with lions, tigers, and jaguars, leopards are one of the 4 cats in the world that can roar. The next couple of animals are really small, literally. The next exhibits feature a lot of insects, like the giant Malaysian stick insect. Where are they? Oh, there you are. Where was I? Oh, right! Leaf insect, thorny devil, and giant Malaysian walking stick. All of these insects have one thing in common: camouflage. Their body colors and shape look like leaves and sticks, which is a great way to fool predators and me. I'm not a predator, I'm a nice guy. there is no need to camouflage yourself into that leaf. And this leaf insect is eating some of their camouflage as a snack. It's good you're trying to stay healthy. There's also large frog beetles, giant stag beetles, and the weevil. There are over 250,000 species of beetles, and weevils are in their own group. They mostly have long noses and tiny bodies, but are mostly seen as a pest. And then there's the Atlas beetle. Atlas beetles are named after the Greek god Atlas, who supported the skies. Like other beetles, Atlas beetles can fly, but have to launch themselves from trees into the air. Like deer, only male Atlas beetles have horns, and depending on who you ask, they can be used for defense against other males or prevent females from burrowing into the wood so they can lay their eggs. Are insects the only animals you can find in this gallery? You can also find tiger barbs and yellow spotted tree frogs. But you can also see the frilled lizard. Welcome to the tours, my not-so-scary lizard friend. Not so scary? What do you mean? The frilled lizard's frill is a loose flap of skin on its neck. When threatened, the frilled lizard will open its mouth, stand on its hind legs, and extend its frill to scare away predators. And it makes them look like a venomous lizard. Don't worry, my friends, the frilled lizard isn't scary. If their scary frill doesn't work, the frilled lizard decides to run away up to 30 miles per hour to the nearest tree and climb to safety. Speaking of defense, the fire-bellied toad displays its brightly colored belly to warn predators that they're toxic when eaten. And then there's our first northern tree shrew. Despite their name, the northern tree shrew isn't a shrew. Rather, they are a member of their order of mammals, Scandentia. Another way to help the rainforest is to study different animals, and scientists thought they were some kind of primate or rodent. After a 50-day pregnancy, a female tree shrew will give birth to 3 babies before leaving the nest, returning every 2 days so their young can eat. Another animal you might see is the carpet python. And now it's time to meet another star of Jungleworld, and one of the stars of our overall journey, the white-cheeked gibbon.
Hey, I don't need a tail to be acrobatic.
Did that gibbon just talk to me? It's just my imagination. Anyways, gibbons are one of the rainforest's greatest acrobats, and they use their long arms to swing through the trees. They can travel up to 30 feet from tree to tree. Unlike other primates, white-cheeked gibbons look for food for the whole day. They look for food high up in the canopy early in the morning. When the canopy starts to heat up from the sun, they move to lower trees further down in the understory. This female was interested in the crowds and was probably interested in my phone that I used to record her. Also, there are over 20 different species of gibbons. If you want to learn more about gibbons, please refer to my Himalayan passage at the Chattanooga Zoo Tour to learn more about them. Another display showcases the zoo's conservation efforts in rainforests around the world. Before we leave the rainforest, there's one more stop. This river is home to fly river turtles and our first Indian gharials. Unlike other crocodilians, gharials have slender mouths to help them catch fish. Gharials are even bigger than an American alligator. Like other animals in this building, the gharial is endangered. Critically endangered, because farmers plant crops, which accidentally destroy the gharial's sandbanks, which means it's goodbye sunbathing. They also must deal with fishermen who accidentally trap them in their nets. However, the Bronx Zoo is part of the Wildlife Conservation Society, an organization that helps gharials and other animals around the world. The team at WCS helps protect gharials by placing a radio transmitter on their tails. Then, they use an antenna to track the big reptiles and their movements. Researchers find a gharial, they look through binoculars at a safe distance. The WCS also discovered that female gharials migrate upstream to lay their eggs in the dry season, and when the monsoon season starts, the female gharials head downstream to a more suitable habitat where the water moves more slowly. The Bronx Zoo is also part of the species survival plan, which helps keep a captive population of animals that are endangered to ensure their future. Now that was a rainforest romp. Jungleworld is a great way to teach people more about rainforests and all the different kinds of animals that call it home. It may even be the highlight of our epic journey through one of the world's most famous zoos. Now it's time to vote. Which Bronx Zoo exhibit would you like to see next? Would you like to visit the Mouse House and meet some of the world's most misunderstood rodents? There's the award-winning Madagascar, which includes several different lemurs, the return of the Nile crocodile, and a few species we'll never see again. Our final option is the award-winning Gelada Reserve, where I'll introduce you to the Gelada baboon and the ibex, two animals that I always wanted to talk about. Today's question is, how many animals are showcased at the Bronx Zoo? Thank you for subscribing, and as always, thank you for watching.